Well, then what's the point of us even being together? If you always working and I'm always working, then baby, ain't nobody twerking. You see what I'm saying? If I'm working and you working, who's twerking? And I don't twerk. So that means I need you to just, have a little time off.
What is it?
Uh-oh, 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 guess what day it is?
Hump Day.
It's Hump Day. Welcome to this week's episode of Hump Day Romance. I'm your host, Zeus. Is it me, or has dating become extremely difficult these days? You know what I'm saying? Not just dating, but just meeting people, right? It just seems like it's just very complicated to meet another human being that is somewhat normal, somewhat that is not crazy, somebody that's not going through a bunch of shit, but in the same breath, who in this world is not going through a bunch of shit? Dating is harder than it's ever been right now. And when I say dating, I mean like you can only really meet people from certain places. You can meet them on social media, right? You can meet them on dating sites. And then for the most part, you just kind of meet people wherever you gotta just see people out at. Out of those three choices, I'd rather just bump into somebody that I just see out. When you meet people on social media, a lot of times they're not who they say they are. Like my man Martin said, avatar version of people, the technology version, spruced up version where everything is perfect. No bad shit at all is attached to the person. None of the negative things that we go through, none of our downfalls, none of our bad sides, nothing that basically makes us human. And how can you really trust or date somebody who seems like they're not human? When you meet people, we're both trying to hide what's wrong with us from the other person. You know what I mean? Which rightfully so. I understand when you first meet somebody, you don't want to just lead with your problems, because most of the time they'll probably just walk the hell out, because ain't nobody trying to meet somebody that can't handle their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all are going through things. Nobody wants to meet somebody that as soon as you meet them, they just dump their whole life on you. I've been meeting a lot of women who they're super nice, right? They have their career, they have their money together, but in between their ears is a lot of dysfunction, a lot of unsettled things. And not just women, men too. So what's really going on with us in this relationship dating world? Why is it that all of us, when we meet each other, it's always, yo, I'm too busy to do this. Yo, I'm too busy to do that. I'm working. It's kind of like I feel like everybody's just guys. Because the women that I meet, they working just as hard as I am. Well, then what's the point of us even being together? If you always working and I'm always working, then baby, ain't nobody twerking. You see what I'm saying? If I'm working and you working, who's twerking? And I don't twerk. So that means I need you to just, have a little time off. But I say all that to say, are we chasing love, or are we chasing fame? Are we chasing money? Are we chasing things that at the end of the day, when we get to our old age, really ain't gonna mean jack squat shit? Think about it. Money has never saved anybody. It doesn't mourn your death. Having your career or whatever fancy job we have, if something was to happen to us today where we couldn't go to that job, they would just replace us with another person. You see what I'm saying? A lot of us are too busy to even hang out with our friends or people that we grew up with, because now we too big now. We too famous. We make too much money. But then we ask ourselves, why do we feel like we're around a bunch of strangers all the time and never truly around people that we feel like really know us? What the fuck are we doing? I think that's just something we all just need to sit down and just ask ourselves, like, what is my life and what's going on with it? Because money really doesn't exist. It's really just a number. And I ain't saying we don't need money. Saying that we in a capitalistic society, we'll go broke if your ass ain't got no change in your pocket. But what I'm saying is, when is it enough? I don't know about y'all, but I just feel like every day I wake up and I'm on like this treadmill trying to get more famous or get more money or just do whatever I think I should be doing in order to feel like I'm moving forward in life. When really the best times I guess, feel human is when I'm sitting here talking to y'all or talking to my friends about life and ideas, you know what I mean, and passion. Or when I'm just hanging out with my family, my friends, my daughter. The moral of this story, I don't know what's going on with people. I don't know what's going on with us, but maybe we should check our priority. I'm just saying. Maybe we should ask ourselves, what is it that we really want? Because a lot of us truly don't know. I mean, think about it. A lot of us meet people and we want this person to be something that we kind of don't even really know if we want or not. My homeboy Martin said a good bar the other day. He was just like, when you meet people, people don't really know what they want like that. And people are just giving you their internet version of themselves, right? It's just the internet version. But most of the time, people are willing to take their clothes off and have sex with people, right? We don't mind taking our clothes off, but we won't take our cool off. You know what I mean? We don't want to be genuine. or vulnerable. And vulnerability is just really being honest and not really giving a fuck about who cares about what you're being honest about. Vulnerability is some real gangsta ass shit if you ask me. So I think for me, I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna work on my vulnerability. I'm gonna work on doing better at being intentional about who I am so that I'm attracting the type of people that I want to attract. You know what I mean? If you've enjoyed this episode of Hump Day Romance and you want to show a little love, then feel free to cash app $1 to the show. We don't ask too much. We just ask if this video helped you. And, you know, spring a little something in the collection plate. We appreciate it. All right, guys? If you guys have been through something like this, drop a comment down below, add to the conversation, and tell me what you think. Am I bugging? Has dating kind of got out of whack right now? Or, I don't know. Let me know in the comment. I'm Top Rope Zeus. Live your dreams, not your reality.
Respect.